Welcome to Moore's Orchard. This is Emily Grube, one of the owners, and we're here to talk to her about blueberries. So, Emily, when do you plant blueberries and how do the plants grow?
Plant them in the spring, always in the spring. They're not a particularly winter hardy animal. And then you fertilize and they grow.
And what time of year do you fertilize?
I fertilize twice, usually once mid-May and then once end of June.
Now,
but that's after they're up to this level and producing. When they're little, you only want to fertilize once.
Now, most of these bushes that we see, are these a few years old?
They were planted almost 30 years ago.
Wow.
But they grow slowly here. It's that cold.
Mm-hmm. And how many new plants do you plant each year?
None.
None?
I haven't planted in 25 years.
Wow. And so is there a pretty endless life to a blueberry, or do they...
If you keep pruning them and you take care of them, they should last, 40, 50 years.
That's amazing.
But you have to prune them. You have to get new growth. If you don't prune, they just will slowly decline, just like an apple tree or anything else that is a perennial in nature would do.
Good. I didn't know that. When is typical harvest time for blueberries?
Well, it depends on the variety, but up here, usually by the 1st of August, and sometimes we'll have berries into the 15th of September. It just depends on the year and the moisture. They like quite a bit of moisture, but not too much. And so if you have a dry year, the season will be shortened up somewhat.
And this year has been pretty wet?
This one's been wet, almost too wet, but I haven't had to irrigate, so I suppose that's okay.
Good. How many pounds of blueberries do you typically harvest in a year?
That I don't have a clue. We sell quite a few pick your own. We sell some. We have sold them in the past wholesale, and some, of course, you don't ever harvest. You always lose a certain percentage. But it varies from year to year because, like for instance, this variety down here had a light crop on it up behind the town hall. Last year it was quite light up there, so it's heavy up there this year. Mm-hmm. And so it's anybody's guess. Okay. I could kind of figure that out if I went through the numbers, but I never have.
It's a good rainy day question to tackle.
But then I still work outside. So
that's right. Any specific challenges associated with growing blueberries? Pests or...
Well, no, not really. They're no different than any other crop. You've got to get them started well, and I guess if it were me, I would have done a little more soil preparation before I planted the plants. I think that would have gotten them off to a better start. The other thing is they are on the northern fringe of where blueberries can grow successfully, and so they're not going to grow like they would in New Jersey or Connecticut, where the winters don't get anywhere near as cold. Some years you get some winter injury, and it's fairly significant.
Huh. And so that you have to deal with your pruning?
Yeah, you deal with it with the pruning, but it's a little more challenging for them to grow here and get big. You're not going to get the yields you do down in Connecticut, let's say.
So you touched on this a little bit, but what is your primary market for the blueberries? Is it the pick your own?
I sell most of them pick your own. That's my intent, yeah.
And do you have anybody that comes and picks, or do
No.
you pick and sell locally?
Very rarely. Occasionally if I have a really heavy crop and we don't have anything to do and it's late in the season, we'll pick to sell. But usually I sell and pick your own.
That's pretty labor intensive to pick to sell,
isn't
it?
Yeah, you've got to have pretty good picking to make it worthwhile.
So what's your favorite way to eat blueberries?
I just eat them raw. I like to cook a pie and all of that, but I just eat them raw. That's the best. Nice and warm, right off the bush.
Nice. That's how I like them too. And any cool fact you can tell us about the farm?
Well, it's a multi-generational farm. It's been in my family. This particular land and this orchard has been in my family since the early 1900s, and so it's a family farm, and it's nice to see that heritage continue, I guess.
And your daughter is
I think somebody
would,
I think she'll take the
Excellent.
farm on when she gets around.
Great. Well, thank you very much. It's great learning about blueberries.